Alright, so I'm just gonna do Ganyu outside of Abyss. Let's just say it didn't go well.
Flashback.
How do people run Melt Ganyu anymore? Like, she isn't doing, like, damage comparative to, like, basically any of the newer characters. How do people run this character anymore? And this is a genuine thing. People will run this and use this as, like, their team. I looked up teams mid-video when we started struggling with Dea, and they all had no interruption resistance. I thought initially we were gonna very easily prove that to be the case of like, oh yeah, you just don't run this team, right? Which is just, this is awful. I don't like this. This isn't fun. How can you like have fun with this? Like, she's not doing anything that's special. Like, this isn't, I'd rather run this team with like, I don't know, Zhongli instead. Just have Zhongli instead of Ganyu, and I'd probably have a better time running this team. I'm not joking.
End of flashback.
One, because this was the best team because Xiangling is really good. And two, Abyss really, it's not really, I haven't used Ganyu in a while. That's going to be my sort of excuse, we can call it. The big issue with Ganyu is that she just purely does not do enough damage. So Ganyu just doesn't do enough damage, and I feel like this is just like this is gonna be what we're gonna run, right? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna switch her off onto Elemental Mastery. I wasn't planning on doing this, but we're gonna do it. I'm just gonna do this and we'll be out of here as soon as possible, because it really is like Ganyu just, she doesn't have it anymore. She doesn't have that, you know, good damage anymore. I feel like I'd rather run Freeze Ganyu. Before, you know, like 4.0 really, you know, I feel like after 4.0, the power creep has just been insane on the characters. Like, I've never felt like there is no character that really is, like, properly showing off, you know, the team. All right, 30,000 from her thing there. Then 40 and 79,000. All right. And then 74,000. Cool. All right. All right. And that's the big issue there, right? So while this team does do better in Abyss, right? And I will say that because I've taken this into Abyss. It does do better in Abyss. You have Stagger. So there is a pretty big, like, luck factor, I would say, added to this team for no real reason other than it does more damage on average, right? So if you don't get staggered a lot, it is very likely that you will, you know, encounter issues, right? And I didn't want to have to re-record this video, but it's just like the Abyss video that I did, it just didn't really work out. And one thing is, my Emilie, I've been thinking that she had 150% energy recharge due to Zypho's Blade. Because whenever I looked at, you know, Overworld Emilie, I would always have Kazuha in the party, which would then turn Zypho's Blade on, and then basically 150% energy recharge. So, actually, my build isn't as great as I would hope. I would prefer that 150 energy recharge. It would definitely, like, I'm not joking, you would be able to know. You would be able to tell. But as of right now, I just feel like Emilie, she's not really good enough, right? And one thing you can say about this team is that we have Nahida. And Nahida is able to easily, you know, be functional on this team because Ganyu is not a character that must be locked in. You can always get out of Ganyu and then start her charge attacks again, right? So it's not necessarily a bad team, but it's not a good damaging team. Also, my Xiangling is quite underpowered. I mean, I'll just show you. Like, she is, one, built purely for reactions. I mean, 334 elemental mastery, right? That is 238 elemental mastery from purely substats. I have no EM main stats. That is just insane. So yeah, I have that much elemental mastery from just like substats, right? And I just feel like Ganyu overall, she doesn't have it, man. Like, I'd rather run like literally Grizzly on this team. Absolutely power creeps Ganyu, man. There's no other way to say it. Like, it's just power creep. Complete power creep. There is no way. I don't even feel like doing another rotation of this. I mean, sure, we'll do a Zhongli variant. Instead of Xiangling, we'll grab Zhongli, but I'm telling you right now, when I did the first chamber of, like, the first thing, absolutely, it was just so much slower. I think we were on 830 and we were fighting the 2 ruin guys, like the 2 of them, right? So you kill the 1 ruin guard and then, you know, those 2 like drakes or whatever they're called spawn in. Yeah, that was when I was at 830 on the timer. Okay, so we have this. I mean, we're already at 850. I don't know, man. I thought I was onto something here. Dude. Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
16.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Right? So it's just not good. This team is not it. And one thing you can do is add Nahida to this and give Ganyu more EM and allow her to use probably, or maybe even just regular EM Sands will still be better, but you'll allow, you know, a lot of stuff. And one thing about this team is that it's not actually that good. So there's not enough pyro application to support this, but here there is. So I'm just going, yeah, sure, 90,000, sure. So if we get a pyro like shielder that's not Toma, I mean, I guess you could try and use Toma, just use a couple normals. But Bennett, his E skill, I tried it, not enough. Bennett's E skill is just not enough. Bennett's E skill is just not enough to actually do anything in terms of burning. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.